Jennifer from Cultaholic, and welcome to This Week in Wrestling. And joining me today is Jack and Ross. And we seem to get him pure tanked up by.
Yeah, I know. Mental.
Oh, you did
It's
see
bloody
it.
Christmas. Woman with expressive face.
Yes, it is. It's December the 3rd. And yeah, let's just fly straight into December. And we'll go to 1991. And we'll go to this Tuesday in Texas.
It'll be about the time I was conceived, this.
What a start. What a start to the proceedings.
To this. Was that what was going on in the Tweddle household?
All right.
Stick on this Tuesday in Texas.
Exactly. What's going on Tuesday? I don't know, darling. Anyway, so on that bombshell, in Texas, this was going on. And this was basically... It was just held just after 6 days after Survivor Series. And it was WWE were trying to like push Tuesday as a secondary pay-per-view date, which is weird. I don't know how that would really go down.
What else do people do on Tuesdays apart from Shrove once a year?
To be fair, Tuesdays are my Mondays.
What do you mean?
Because I'm off on Monday.
Nice. What do you do on a Sunday then? How do you make the most of it?
Sunday I'm normally working at ICW.
Oh, right, yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm normally
yeah.
doing that, and then Monday, well, normally down here.
Mm.
Tuesday's my Monday for my shoot job.
For your shoot job.
I don't know what's just been said here.
Anyway, Tuesday in Texas. Basically, this was a kind of a weird one. It was only five matches aired, but there was 8 dark matches on this pay-per-view, which I thought was weird. And one of the dark matches was Ric Flair against Rowdy Roddy Piper. Why would you make that a dark match?
I know, yeah, that's a really good...
In 1991?
We'd seen it before.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe.
On a Tuesday? No, I've not. So I thought it was strange, but we'll go down like what happened. Basically, the most memorable thing on this was Hogan and Undertaker, because they'd had that big to-do at Survivor Series where Hogan had lost the belt to Undertaker.
Yeah, he dropped the belt.
Yeah, with a bit of help from Ric Flair.
He put a chair in the ring, and then Undertaker tombstone Hogan, and Hogan's head was in theory when it hit the chair, but it was like he left a sizable... It was a very safe tombstone on the chair.
Well done, Mark.
Yeah, good job. You don't want to injure the company man.
So that is what happened at Survivor Series, and this was the kind of follow-up from that. And basically, Hogan would get his own back because he would win back the title.
Shock, horror.
Yeah.
Basically, this was the kind of famous thing where he blinds The Undertaker with the ashes from the urn, which Paul Bearer had. I remember that, like... Not from this, because I didn't watch this pay-per-view at the time, but I watched this match.
Did you not?
No, I did not.
1991?
No, it would have been 4.
I couldn't remember what I was doing when I was 4.
Don't know, colouring, probably.
Probably.
But yeah, no, like I did, like I've watched this match back, and I remember that.
I just think it's really heelish from Hogan.
Yeah,
Take some ashes.
the whole thing was like Paul Bearer climbs up on the ropes because Flair had come out, if I remember correctly, at this point.
Yeah,
and there was an
getting
altercation with him and Jack Tunney, where Hogan like attacked them
Funny
both.
Jack Tunney.
Funny Jack,
Funny
as
Jack.
OSW.
Hilarious.
But there was an altercation there, and then I don't know, Paul Bearer got in the ropes, and then Paul Bearer actually takes the urn and goes to like lamp Hogan with it, and he actually takes Undertaker. And that's where Hogan takes it, and then he opens the things.
He doesn't. It's retaliation. He doesn't just go and get the urn and think, I'm going to do this.
No. He goes like that, and then he grabs the urn, and then he throws it in Undertaker's face, which would then lead to him winning, getting the pin.
But then he got vacated after that.
Yeah, because they were both controversial.
Jack Tunney had enough. He was like, this is nonsense.
Because he got knocked out in this, I'm
Jack
sure.
Tunney?
Mm-hmm. Because, now... That's what the thing was with Flair. Now, I think I think Hogan gets a chair and hits Flair with the chair.
Yeah.
There's retaliation. And then Flair falls on Jack Tunney, and then he's knocked out, I think.
Wasn't Jack Tunney like 102 years old?
Poor Jack Tunney.
Even in 1991?
Even in 1991, I don't know.
He just always looked really downtrodden all of the time.
Oh, bless him. No wonder. Hard life. But that's what I remember from it. Other things that happened in this pay-per-view... Bret Hart versus Skinner.
Whoa!
Randy Savage against Jake the Snake.
Oh.
British Bulldogs against the Warlords. And the Repo Man with Ted DiBiase against El Matador and Virgil. They were the ones they chose.
What a team that is.
But they were the ones they chose to show over Flair and Piper.
Recently, just like last month, we were doing ranking all like the Survivor Series and stuff. I remember watching the 91 Survivor Series thinking that it suffered because of this. It was as if everyone was like working at half speed because they were like, well, it's a pay-per-view, but we've got another one in a few days, so why should we bother that much? It was like, they reminded me of the whole thing this year with like Crown Jewel and Super Showdown, everything just crammed together.
And Evolution as well took the shine off of all that.
Yeah, but that was good though.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
good.
But the other
Because the lasses had the night off for Crown Jewel, didn't they?
yeah, that's true. Just all went around Becky's house, had a drink.
Oh dear.
Cock and bollocks everywhere.
But anyway, that was this Tuesday in Texas, and sadly we never quite cottoned on to the Tuesday pay-per-view thing.
No.
Well, we did.
Taboo Tuesday.
Taboo Tuesday.
Was a weird
Get your
one.
votes in, Jen.
Alright, okay, so the one.
Was there not
There was
two
just
Taboo
two or three,
Tuesdays?
wasn't there?
I can't think of any others.
There were more than one Taboo Tuesday, but
Was
it just
there?
yeah.
You
But
know
it
what,
was-
Jen? I'm going to take this rumour that there was less than one Taboo Tuesdays, and I'm going to kill it because there was definitely more than one.
And also because you've not done it yet.
Yes,
you need
exactly.
to get that off your chest.
I've been in the studio for about an hour and 10 minutes by now.
I didn't realize you did these on videos, not on these videos as well.
Oh, dude, I'm all. You don't know when the gun's going to come out.
Did it not originate on these videos?
I think it might have done.
So we claim to fame there. We'll stay with December the 3rd, but we'll go to 2006. And we'll go to December to Dismember.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's, not remembered. particularly
Imagine,
fondly.
Jennifer, having a WWE pay-per-view and only one match announced. And that
No,
match...
there was two matches.
Was there two,
not?
was there?
It was only two. that were
Oh,
announced,
I've
I'm
watched
sure.
somebody
Was
else's.
the tag belts
The
match?
tag.
Tag and...
The chamber.
Yeah, there was two announced. Oh no, who's been
Someone's
giving you
lied to me.
false
Yeah,
information?
I can't remember.
But still, only two matches
Yeah.
were announced. It was a bit ridiculous. And yeah, it was bizarre. Like, a very bizarre
Well, it led
pay-per-view.
to Paul and Vince falling out.
Well,
which
this
is
is
sad.
why, and it kind of was like the kind of death, I think, of ECW in a sense, because it was just basically Vince got his way where he got to put his guy over. Even though Heyman wanted to give a nice handing to a young upstart named CM Punk.
Yeah.
Didn't he want Punk to like choke out everybody though?
Well, yeah, I think
I don't
you're
agree
right.
with that so much.
No, but I don't think it was everyone. It was Big
I don't
Show.
mind Punk winning,
He
but not
wanted him
Punk
to-
But it was
choking
just,
everybody.
it was just Big Show. I think he
He
wanted,
wanted him
to have
to eliminate
like a,
Big Show fast and be like, oh,
That was it.
and then
That's why I did.
and it would have been one of those moments in Chambers sometimes where the champion gets eliminated soon and everyone's like, oh, there's going to be a new champion. Yeah.
and then it's all really exciting. But yeah, the fact as well, like Hardcore Holly replaced Sabu as well. I just think that was a bit of a random
Tell you
one as well.
This match is like remembered as one of the worst Chambers ever and stuff, but Test wrestles his arse off. He does an elbow drop from the top of a pod. Test.
I know, but that's
Test a
why
big
was
lad.
Test
He
in
was a big
there?
lad. I don't know, but short haired Test as well. Short back and sides Test. Just comes off the top. I just remember him coming off the top with an elbow
Short
drop.
back
man.
Test.
Yeah. Just go to the barbers. What do you want? I'll have a short back and
Like a
Test,
Test,
please.
like- It was a strange pay-per-view. Like, obviously it is mostly remembered for the disappointment that Bobby Lashley would...
And Matt Striker's arse.
Oh yeah.
His lovely peachy arse.
He's got a big arse.
I remember watching this to do a video on and just letting the office know how great Matt Striker's arse was in this pay-per-view.
Who did he wrestle?
Balls Mahoney.
Oh, yes.
In a classic singles match.
And
But
no,
the camera
wasn't a singles match.
Was it not?
No, it was a four-way.
God, I've just...
Oh no, it
watched-
wasn't. Sorry, no,
Yeah, I
it
was
wasn't.
gonna say,
It was
wasn't-
no, because that's what I was thinking. It was. I'm thinking about
I'm
something.
going to take this rumour.
Sorry,
It was a four-way.
That was just, that was
Killed
just
it.
me. It was like the way it's written because I like the fact that Daivari and Tommy Dreamer and Daivari won.
Oh, they had a
against
different
Tommy
match as
Dreamer.
well.
Yeah,
And
sorry,
an
that's
ECW pay-per-view as well.
yeah,
They jobbed out
super
Tommy Dreamer.
strange.
But whoever directed the show couldn't get the camera away from Matt Striker's arse for the full match. Every camera shot was up and there. It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Amazing.
It was amazing. But yeah, it just wasn't. The thing is, like, see, like the concept of it, and it's like they've all got the weapons and stuff. Like, and on paper, sounds cracking.
Yeah.
But one was a big bloody table, wasn't it?
Lashley
that was
used it.
Lashley with his table.
He used it to bust out the top of the cage, didn't
Yeah,
he? Great.
his table. But like in theory, on paper,
Yeah, on
it should
paper.
be a pretty good thing, but it was not.
There was one good match on the show. The tag match was good. I think it was the Hardys
Oh,
and
the
Eminem.
open-
But they shouldn't even have been there, should they? The Hardys, because they weren't even part of ECW.
Yeah.
They were part of Raw, weren't they?
Never mind.
Who
Awful,
knows?
awful.
Anyway,
And weren't Eminem SmackDown by this point?
I've got no idea if I'm
It
lying.
might have
it might have even been anyway.
No idea. Anyway, fun memories of December to Dismember.
Yeah.
December the 5th is 2004 and it's TNA Turning Point, and we've got two things about this Turning Point which were noteworthy. The first one being kind of sad, like the final match of Macho Man Randy Savage's career, and it was pretty lackluster.
I
tepid.
when I first started getting back into wrestling, right, a few years ago now, I decided I was going to watch like the first TNA pay-per-views when they moved, not the weekly ones, when they moved to monthly pay-per-views. And this is one of the I think this might be the second or third TNA pay-per-view. And I remember thinking, oh, Randy Savage is in it. What's going on? I didn't realize he was still about at this time and stuff. And he
It's like, well, the thing is, like, it's interesting about whoever did these notes, because I didn't know this, right?
It was me who did these notes.
Was it Ricky?
sorry.
Well, no, I appreciate, like, because this
right.
was, like, giving me information I had no idea about. That he apparently, obviously knew it was going to be his last match and stuff.
Well, he knew he was wrestling, but he kind of freaked out
He freaked
backstage,
out.
apparently. He was like, I
Ah.
can't do this. I just can't wrestle this match.
Like, why? Was it, do you know why? Like,
No.
was it to do with, like, the opponents, or was it just
No,
he
I
just
think it was
fear?
himself. I think it was that he was past it and stuff. And he was kind of past it as well, which is sad. Because when you think
He
of Randy...
wasn't old.
No, but when you think of Randy Savage, you think of him being
Macho
nimble and like running about everywhere and stuff, and he wasn't anymore. So they kidnapped him so that he didn't have to wrestle the first half of the
I was
match.
piled into a limo.
There's a bit you don't see him going to the limo. You see like Nash and Hall like going like, "Oh, get in there," and then they slam the door, and then one of them's got his hat, and they're like,
Them
Like,
bloody
yeah.
kidnappings. I were watching Samoa Joe getting kidnapped by some ninjas.
"Yes." When he had the dick on his face.
It's at the
Sorry.
end of the show. He just walks out the back, and this big white van pulls up with some ninjas.
Wrestling loves a kidnapping. The best
do
one.
love a kidnapping.
The best one is when Undertaker kidnapped Teddy Long in the limo. All this when he kidnapped Stephanie as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of kidnappings in wrestling. You can't be too careful.
Edge
with it.
kidnapped Paul Bearer, and Edge was the babyface, and he held him captive for months. And Kane was like, "Give us me dad back." He was like,
I just imagine Kane like, "Excuse me, guys, give me my dad back."
Mr. Copeland.
I love it. But yeah, so that was sad. Like, obviously, just because it was the end of Macho Man's career, but also because it was like a super lackluster way. Because he came back down. The match went ahead because it was a
It was a 6-man.
6-man, and then the match went ahead, and then Savage would basically come down to aid
Jeff Hardy.
Hardy and AJ Styles.
And AJ, what a team.
I know, right?
And Randy Savage. And if you had them all at their primes, what a team.
I know.
Against the kings of wrestling.
Totally.
Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and your friend.
Yeah.
Jeff
and
Jarrett.
yours, no.
What?
You know,
You know, Kevin Nash is as
Oh,
well.
yeah,
isn't
Kevin
he?
Nash, your pal as well.
And Scott Hall.
I've never met Scott. I've
And
never
Jeff
met
Hardy and
No,
AJ
Kane's in it.
Styles.
I don't know, not Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles.
I walked up a lift behind, stood on an escalator behind
I
Scott
said
Hall.
you walked up a lift, you're doing it
Was this
wrong.
when you said his voice was class?
I just want to speak like him.
Hey.
Scott Hall.
yo.
He's got a very, very cool voice, hasn't he?
No, do you know, even the way he sits like that, and he always has the toothpick as well.
He actually does have the toothpick. It's not just a gimme.
I know. Like, well, he had it, like, for a wee bit, and I was just like...
That ruined Kevin Nash.
Oral.
That was when Kevin Nash got the Uber with his Crocs on, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Kevin Nash was Crocs. Oh.
I didn't notice him wearing Crocs.
Well,
Yeah,
he was in Orlando. He was in Dallas. It was hot. So
Get air those toes.
yeah, they were black at least. They weren't like blue Crocs or
Did
whatever.
he have the wee buttons in them? Like,
I don't know. I didn't look that closely.
Can you get
Yeah, but
variations of
NWO
Crocs, are you?
Different
Can you
colours.
get variations of Crocs?
Oh,
no,
stop.
you get like wee buttons to customize them, so you know the holes. Like you get wee buttons.
I'm sure the Kevin Nash purchased
Well, maybe he's
some
got
lovely
wee.
glittery buttons.
Maybe he's got wee NWO and it just pops in.
With a stencil on it, NWO, yeah.
That'd be awesome. Make them Crocs if you don't already, because Kevin will buy one.
Uh,
Anyway, so that was notable event number one from Turning Point.
Just before we move
Oh.
on, Randy Savage went over. He pinned the champion at the time. He pinned Jeff Jarrett with a punch. Jarrett. So what? I'll describe the finish really quickly. So the two other baby faces clamp sleeper holds on the two heels. So Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles, obviously both masters of the sleeper hold, jump on the backs of the outsiders and put sleeper holds on. So then it's just Savage and Jarrett in the middle of the ring. It's like the dream match. And then Jarrett goes for one on Savage, and Savage like flips him down. And then like there's like some kind of sunset flip thing. And Savage just stood over the top of him and just goes, bang, and just pins him. It's like, that's the champion right now.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Oh, well, at least he went over in his last match.
Yeah.
I suppose.
No.
No. I think
That's not how it works.
No, it
got-
is.
got
'cause
on
it's
your
like
You
a
do
big-
the job on your way out, don't you? You
Yeah.
put
But
the
he
new
was-
guys over. Brothers.
Oh, Jeff
Jeff
Jarrett.
Jarrett and you.
Brothers. Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Jarrett, Kevin Nash and Skull.
Yeah, put the
Those
new breed
young-
of wrestling, Jeff Jarrett on. No, I'm on a beer.
Oh, please. Moving on, point number 2 from Turning Point. And this is, well, what you've described as one of the best matches in TNA history
Yeah,
and
it's
one of the
class.
most incredible moments. And do you know what? It is. Because I went back and watched that. I actually watched it this
Oh.
morning when I was travelling down in the train. Holy cow.
In that match, I was most impressed. I thought Christopher Daniels was amazing. I remember him
Unreal.
just taking someone's leg out with a chair shot, and I was like,
Unreal.
oh, he's such a badass.
Because, like, so see when I, like, got it, it was like, I don't know what happened, but it, like, jumped, and I was like, what is going on with this ring? Because it was, like, all, like, just the mat was all bogging, and I was like, oh my god, that is blood. And
Yeah,
then I
yeah.
noticed that they were all completely burst open, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, get this rewound. And you're right, like, honestly, one of the most incredible moments I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I'd heard of it, never watched it
Have you
before.
never seen the spot?
No, I hadn't watched it. Like, heard of it. People had talked about it and stuff
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
I think every time there's been like a cage match, like people were like, "Oh, remember?" And I was like, "Yeah, like not really." But honestly, it was insane. So basically, this was a match between America's Most Wanted and Triple X. And I mean, what do you say? It was just incredible. Like there were so many good spots, but obviously the one that everyone talks about is when Skipper like tight ropes across the top of the cage, and then does this amazing hurricanrana off it.
I can't remember if it's James Storm or Chris Harris that
It's
does
Chris
it on. It's Chris
Harris, I'm
Harris,
sure.
yeah, right.
Mhm.
And he tight ropes into like a head scissors, and it's like a long
Insane.
fall. And if he kind of does that when he's walking across it, and you
Yeah.
think if he fell that way,
then he's just done.
he'd just be on the outside, yeah.
Honestly, it was because he just like you can obviously tell when he starts to wobble and he does a wee run, but he lands it, does it perfectly, and then Christopher Daniels crawls up and then just drops an elbow on him.
Oh, I
as
forgot
well.
about that.
It's like what's going on here, boys? It was incredible.
But they had to break up because the losing team had to disband.
Yeah.
But everyone was happy because they were the heels.
yeah.
And America's Most Wanted with it. Because everyone remembers Beer Money, which is like Bobby Roode.
See,
and
I
James
would always
Storm.
remember Beer Money,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
America's
But they
Most
were like the
Wanted were
yeah.
amazing. Like they were amazing.
Yeah.
But I would always like if I think about James Storm, especially in
Although-
tag team. Like,
Then
Beer
Harris
Money.
went to ECW, didn't he? Then turned up fat.
Did he?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
ECW?
They signed Chris Harris and ended up getting
WWE ECW?
WCW. Yeah. And
I can't even think.
The
to be
Wildcat.
honest.
was he called Braden Walker?
Was that him?
Ah,
Oh, right.
KKK.
He turned up a bit overweight compared to what they signed, and Vincent McMahon was like, "Who the hell is he?"
Who invited this guy?
And then James Storm turned up in NXT for about 2 weeks and then just...
Did you know that AJ Styles' theme was written for James Storm?
Whoa!
Oh, actually.
Well, James
Yeah.
Storm...
I
it
can't
is like,
imagine
It is
that.
like a cowboy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I can
James Storm left, and AJ Styles arrived.
AJ Styles is like rappy.
Yeah, it is
cowboy,
rap. But
it's
it's
not.
cowboy. We some
No.
farmer
Talk about
boys.
Mack
The
trucks.
lyrics and that, yeah.
The
You get
lyrics, yeah,
run
but it's
over.
like rap. No way.
I'm that farmer boy.
Not seen James Storm walking down.
James Storm is not. He's not a rapper. No way.
James Storm's rap gimmick.
No, but
is-
like that's. Well, no.
He's like that Kid Rock fella.
Kid Rock.
No, him.
He's like Kevin Federline.
What an obscure reference.
He was a good
Buster Rhymes.
Buster Rhymes.
Oh dear.
What happened to Elix Skipper though? Because when I started watching
No.
WCW, he was
Yeah.
the dog's bollocks.
No idea.
I think he
Like,
was
no
actually
idea.
weirdly older than he seemed at this point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he looks kind of like...
To be
in
fair,
his
Christopher
day-
Daniels at this point looks the same age as Christopher Daniels.
He was shaven headed
like,
here as well,
That's
wasn't he?
bald
Yeah.
men though for you.
But like he just looks
Yeah,
the same
Stone
age.
Cold Steve Austin still looks like he did in 1997.
I think Stone Cold looks older when he had hair.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
when
it
he
was
all
like, he
blonde
had
and
like
stuff,
that
yeah.
white blonde hair. And
But it's
that.
more. I think that's more to do with the haircut because it's like a very, like.
I heard, I was listening to an Austin podcast and someone messaged in like, hey Steve, like my hair's going, I'm thinking about shaving it off, what would you recommend? And he was like, Austin's like, just do it, man. I can't do an Austin. He was like, just do it, man. But then just hearing Austin say the words, he was like, I love my hair was beautiful. It's like,
He does have a nice colour of hair.
Oh, he was like a pretty little blonde boy, wasn't he?
He was stunning. Stunning,
It's nice
some
to
may
hear us,
say.
yeah.
Stunning. But yeah, if you've not seen that match, I personally would highly recommend you go and watch it because it is awesome. It's definitely, I'd say, one of the best TNA matches I've ever seen.
Yes.
Okay, we're staying with December the 5th and we're staying with TNA, but we're going to 2010 and we're going to Final Resolution. And this is an infamous show, but due to Jeff Hardy. Now, it's not the infamous
one, no.
Victory Road, was it?
Yeah, that was the one, the year later. It was not that show where... It's a shame, I don't even like talking about it because it's actually painful to watch, like, and I feel bad for sting and everything like Victory Road. But this one was... typical Jeff Hardy turns up at that time anyway, apparently intoxicated, and he's got a match against Matt Morgan.
The Blueprint.
I don't know, remember Matt Morgan?
Lovely cape.
No, terrible beard.
Lovely cape, though.
Terrible
Terrible
beard.
His beard looked like an elf's shoe.
I remember him being... I remember him being clean shaven, wasn't he?
No.
Or stubble?
Maybe at this time. No. Beard. Like, he's one of the first ones that had a big old beard. But it was like his beard grew out the way like that. And honestly, side profile, it looked like an elf's shoe. And it used to freak me out. Cause
See, I've just imagined you put an elf shoe on sideways there. And that's not quite worked in
No,
your
like,
mind.
see if you're like this side and then you've got the wee curly
Crimson
bit.
Chin.
Yeah, like the Crimson... That's a good reference, that.
Oh.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh my gosh, you remember?
5 series that show had.
Did it?
Did
I was flicking through my Amazon Prime over the weekend and it's there.
it on Amazon
all
Prime?
5 series.
I
I'm
did like
slurring,
it.
aren't I?
I was going to say, Ross is drunk! It's my favourite Ross! Can't wait. We're going to get...
But Matt Morgan had a delightful velveteen cape.
He did. But
He would pop off when he would go
I
on
just
the...
never was a Matt Morgan fan. Just
I'd-
like-
Not even the stuttering one.
Especially not the
It's funny that one.
I thought... I remember
Speech impediments are great, aren't they?
trying to be like a little smart when I was like 16 or so, when I first got back into it. And I was like, I remember thinking, oh, Matt Morgan's going to be big, him.
But did they not like try and bill him like
He was the
just
blueprint.
because he was like
He's
the big-
massive. Yeah,
but
yeah.
Never a fan. But anyway, this Jeff Hardy nearly from this match, he was going against Matt Morgan. He did actually wrestle, but apparently he was nearly pulled from the match due to him turning up intoxicated.
They probably should have pulled him from the match, to be fair.
Probably, and maybe if they had, it might have been different for the year later when it was that awful thing with Sting. But I was reading into it, and apparently, like when he turned up, like everybody was all like, right, okay, he's not safe to wrestle.
Yeah. Was this the Sting one?
No.
This is this
was
one, right,
for this
okay,
one.
yeah.
Sorry. And they were like trying to throw around like different matches and stuff. And a rumored replacement match was Matt Morgan against Mr. Anderson and Jeff Jarrett for the title. And they were all getting that prepared. And then all of a sudden, last minute, they went, actually, no, he's fine.
Oh.
He can do it.
He's just done a tactical...
Jeff obviously wouldn't take the L.
No, he's just done a tactical in the bathroom. It feels fine now.
No, I'm okay. Just get me a water.
I can't do them. You made to do
Tactical
you do a
whitey.
tactical chunder on a night
Have you
before.
tried?
night.
Nice tactical chanda.
I can't
tactical whitey.
Tactical chunder.
We had a chanda chart at university. We literally did. Used to have to put a star on when you had a little whitey.
Oh, excellent. Because I thought that
I had like 20 throughout the course of the year.
I thought that Whitey was being sick from weed.
I think that's maybe what it came to.
I thought it was like all the above.
A whitey,
just
just
right.
like
All right,
if you're
okay.
whitey.
He's on a pure whitey, ha ha.
Because you go white. Whitey. But but apparently Hardy claimed that he wasn't inebriated.
Oh.
He was just exhausted due to his schedule.
And being up all night. Being wankered.
Of his party schedule. But as we know, like the title, like he did do the match, didn't change the title, and that was that. And sadly, then a year later, we would get.
Hey, at least he got himself sorted in the end.
Do you know what? Yeah, and there's a nice thing.
Now
and
he's
also,
doing cookery shows with what's she called?
Aye, they've done it, haven't they, gent?
they took our
They
idea.
call it Talking Snack, I believe.
It's good, that.
That is good, but I still think, can you smell what the Ross is cooking?
What's she called again?
Kathy Kelly.
Kathy Kelly.
I love her too.
It's her and Jeff doing swanton balls, like wonton balls.
And then he has to make it do it.
Ross, we need to do this.
I watched on with Sasha Banks when they make a chocolate cake. See, I would like to
We
do
need
it when
to
this
do
new
that.
cookbook comes out.
Do you want to know the funny thing is? I remember, see, when Swerved was a thing
Oh,
on
yeah.
the network, right?
Vince is.
I don't remember that. Do you remember they did that thing where they were like kidding on that they were going to do a cooking show, but I'm sure it was with R-Truth. And I remember sitting watching that, and they were like, "Yeah, we're doing this cooking show," and R-Truth was like, "Yeah."
That was Renee Young?
Or was it Booker T? I can't remember. No, it was R-Truth. It was Renee Young.
And have Hornswoggle pop up the little thing.
Yeah.
Because he's little.
But I was like, I remember at the time thinking, do you know, this would be a cracking idea. I 100% watch R-Truth cook. Everything like, oh, it was so good.
He seems like the nicest bloke.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's my fave. Like,
I remember him and Randy Orton doing an interview once, and Randy Orton just doesn't really want to be there.
I
He's
was
like,
gonna
oh.
say, why would you not? I'd be like
the guys-
chomping at the bit to be with R-Truth.
The guy's like, oh, do you two want to, are you guys into music or whatever? And Randy's like, yeah, whatever, yeah. And then R-Truth's like, oh, rap and all this sort of stuff. He's really into it, he's really nice. And then the guy asks about Randy Orton's tattoos, and he's like, yeah, I've got a few tattoos or whatever. And R-Truth's like, get your back tattoo out, Randy, come on, it's on your back, come on. It's great.
Oh,
I
he
think
just seems like the most fun guy.
maybe not for a long period of time. I
Definitely.
Ron, just
Imagine me
simmer.
and R-Truth in a room.
Lock the door, throw away the key.
And then you come get us 48 hours later and we're still gone.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
I
Make
just
it
snorted
happen.
there as well. Jesus
right?
Christ, I don't know.
How many beers have you had?
I'm shutting down. I've
That's
had
dark.
4 out there and 1 here.
It's Christmas.
It
It's
is
Christmas
Christmas.
party day in the
It
Cultaholic
is our
office.
shoot.
November the
Yeah.
26th.
Is our Christmas
edgy.
party.
We're edgy.
Let's see. An edgy.
Cool. Above, before the trend.
Oh, right. I was like, an edgy. An
Before
edgy
the curve. Above the curve.
Yeah, we're getting in
ahead
quick.
of
Ahead of the curve.
We're getting in quick. Anyway. So that was Final Resolution. Okay, December the 6th, 1998. We're going to London and we're going to Capital Carnage, which was a UK exclusive pay-per-view.
Yeah.
This isn't the one with
Um,
Vincent Jones on, is it?
To be honest, I don't know.
Don't know.
I actually don't know. The only reason I know of this, and I actually don't even know the name of it, was because of JR's Bell's palsy attack during the event. That is literally all I could tell you about it.
It was
That was it.
Is
it on
sad,
the
obviously,
network?
but I don't know. But I'm guessing so.
Must
Probably.
be.
But it's obviously sad, but he did come back fine.
Yeah.
But they tried to turn him heel, which is weird. Why would you
Oh,
turn
when he came back.
Why would you, out of anyone you could turn heel? I don't know why you'd want to. Vince has got a weird thing with JR, right? Over the years, he just loves
Humiliating
humiliating him.
him,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
weird.
Whenever in the Oklahoma, do something to him. Had Linda kick him in the cock. They had him kiss
in the
Vin.
cock,
Vince.
not in the balls.
Have you seen the
Onto his
segment?
cock.
I was doing an article a month or 2 ago about it, and Linda comes out of nowhere for no reason, gets a good old entrance with
Oh,
a horrible
Linda,
theme
I
song,
know where. Who needs
and
a
she struts down and wearing a pants suit, wearing high heels, and just boots him right in the not bad. It's so he could go away and get surgery, bless the man. But you know,
It was to write him off.
that was to write him off. Yeah,
You don't like Linda
it's horrible.
coming out for those wee prime
Tell you what,
moments.
Jen, when Kane tombstoned her, I laughed. Laughed, I did.
When she kicked Vince in the balls,
that
that
was
was
good,
class.
yeah.
That was
That
the
was-
best.
That's
I
the
agree.
only good thing she's done for wrestling ever.
The fact that she managed to sit in that wheelchair for weeks upon end.
She also birthed
man.
the best wrestler in the world.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh God!
And she created the woman who created women. Like,
Yeah, as well.
What does
yeah.
that make her?
She's the
then?
creator. She's the best. Anyway, so that's Capital Carnage. I don't even know what was on the card for that. I'm really sorry. I should have done.
It's probably
some
my
homework.
fault as well. My notes are a bit sparse.
No, do you
here.
know what? I should have gone and looked at it.
No,
but I
Jen, I should have done it. It's my fault, Jen.
No, it's my fault. Honestly, I would have wish I could have been there and done
How
something.
British was that? But yeah, so that was that. And then, yeah, as you said, JR would come back and he'd be heel. And he kicked Michael Cole in the
In the where?
presence. And
It's Christmas.
in his presence. And then, he would return as lead announcer at WrestleMania 15.
If you're going to make someone a heel and then get them to kick Michael Cole in the ball, although Michael Cole wouldn't have been...
No.
You'd have just been the young guy then, just running around backstage and that.
He still wasn't like though, was he, Cole? 'Cause he was like the
'Cause of
young,
his frosted
nerdy,
tips.
horrible.
No, he was just dead
wasn't he?
keen. He
Little
was just
rat
dead
boy.
keen. Oh,
Is he the one? No, that wasn't him at all. Who's the one when The Rock's doing a promo and the guy's wearing a WCW shirt and he's like, "Take that shirt off, put that shirt back on." And it's just this
is that
random guy.
Michael Cole?
No, I think it's
Does
just.
he have blonde hair?
It wasn't. I think it was just some boom operator or something.
Just remember Hardcore Holly? They're doing a meet and greet. I think it's the Invasion pay-per-view.
Oh
Some
my
guy
God, yeah.
waltzes up in the WCW shirt. He's like, "This is not a WCW house." And he just rips the shirt off him. Assaults him in public.
It's not. I mean, it's a plan.
Obviously, yeah, but still.
But yeah.
Still though,
Yeah, but-
Kayfabe.
But all these wrestling fans are like, yeah, kick his ass.
You stripped that young boy naked. Cultaholic.
Oh dear goodness. So we'll stay with December the 6th and we'll go to 2004. And this is awesome. This was when Trish and Lita would main event Raw.
Oof.
Many people see this
Oof.
as the first ever. What are you saying?
Just imagining Lita doing
Oh, those spots.
through the ropes tope.
There was actually quite a few spots where she like proper landed on her neck, like and
That
decked
spine
it.
bent
There was
the wrong
one,
way.
like so she did the suicide dive,
Yeah.
like the ropes. That was disgusting to watch. And then there was also one where she's on the top rope and I'm sure she lands like sideways on her neck. Like it's just not pretty at all. Like, but an amazing match.
She just gets up again. Yeah, she's
I
just
know,
like, I don't know.
just because she's hard as nails.
She is hard.
But many people think that this was the first ever match, apart from recently where they said, like, obviously, in recent terms, the first women's match to main event, they said was Charlotte and...
Oh, Charlotte and
Like,
Sasha. When Sasha bent Charlotte's back around the
Yeah.
crowd barrier, but...
But this happened before that. But then there was
but
actually...
this wasn't the first one either.
No, there was two more before it. This was the third.
Yeah.
And yeah, so basically it's 2004. I think this is the one that most people kind of remember fondly anyway.
See, I always thought it was the first one.
I think when I was researching this, it everything I read said this was like the third one, but it wouldn't say what the other ones were. Oh!
So the first
Whoa.
one...
Wait, just to preface this, I think this might have been the first one that was presented as the main event,
Yeah, this
whereas
was
the
the
other
fir-
two would have been the last match, but then
No.
it'd been like, oh,
The second one was also a
the main event. Oh, right, okay.
But I think it was more of a storyline thing. Like at the beginning, it was announced. It wasn't like build like to
Okay.
this thing. So the first one was totally by accident.
Okay.
Because now, why did this happen? I can't remember if it was an injury or something before it. But it was Alundra Blaze and Bertha Faye in 1995.
Oh, it's much earlier than I thought. Oh.
So that was the first one, and that was on Raw. And then the second was in 2000, and it was Steph v. Lita.
You right?
No, of course it was. The first like build woman. But this is something
Who
because
won the match between Steph and Lita? Do you know?
it was Lita.
Oh, thank God.
hey.
So
There is a God.
As far as I'm aware, it was Lita. But like the whole thing was that people were saying like they don't recognise that even that was billed as the main event. They don't say about it because a lot of people didn't want it to be like Stephanie's build as the first women's match.
Of course they didn't.
She'd love that.
I don't know. But yeah, so interestingly enough, like that match, it was amazing. Horrible spots in it, but they both went for it. It's
I do
a
think.
much loved match. I loved it.
I do think. Sorry, just to go back to Stephanie, but I feel like Stephanie is a decent. Like she's better than a lot of the wrestlers in the women's division at the time.
Oh, there's no
She's a
doubt
good
about
wrestler,
that. She's just
yeah.
a massive arsehole at the same time.
Oh,
We'll never agree on that.
Here, right. What's your... Before Survivor Series, Braun Strowman. You lead Raw to victory. You can have Baron Corbin. You can have Brock Lesnar. Go to Raw last week. Braun Strowman. You've got to now beat Baron Corbin to get to Brock Lesnar.
she changed the
Defend that,
the
Jen.
goalposts.
Defend it. She's an arsehole.
Do what she wants.
No.
She's the
You can't set one set of goalposts and
Yes, you
shift them.
can. That's
No, you
the
can't.
absolute beauty of being
It's not
a
an
heel.
honourable management position.
Of being a heel.
take, is it?
But she didn't do it in a heel way. She just said it, and Strowman was like, "All right, it's
Yeah.
weird."
Mind control. It's like Charlie Manson.
You know what? You all overthink things. Just leave her
No, we
be.
don't. We have to host shows where we pick the faults in wrestling shows.
That's not a fault. Stephanie McMahon is not a fault in wrestling.
Yes, she is.
Anyway, that was that. And it would, interestingly enough, it would be 12 years until women main evented Raw again. And
Yeah.
that was Charlotte and Sasha.
And Sissy Bunks.
Sissy Bunks.
Sissy Bunks.
There you go.
You've
Why
got
did
no
we call
idea,
her
have
Sissy
you?
Bunks? Oh, what's Sissy Bunks doing in the Impact? So that was it.
That
yeah.
would be a TNA name.
Sissy Bunks.
The legit bus.
It was a weird video at the time. It was a strange video.
How drunk
Was
were
it a
you?
No, it was the 9 pictures thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a weird one. It was a weird video.
Had to be there.
Yeah, sissy bunks and.
I mean, I'm quite frankly appalled, Jen, that if you sat here today working for us today, not having seen this video.
You don't watch all of our
Why don't
content?
you watch all of our content?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't.
What a Jezebel.
Moving on. So December the 9th, did you call me a Jezebel?
That
Yes, I did.
Jezebel, like JR.
Dad, Jezebel.
Back up.
That son of a bitch.
Tombstoner. When they get Tory and they're like, oh, JR's just
Send that bitch to hell.
they didn't care then. They didn't care.
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah.
December the 9th.
It's like when the New Age clique got a hold of Jen. Did that move on her? Terrifying. I've seen that
scary.
picture. Jesus.
You not seen the actual footage?
I might have done. I think you showed me it.
I'm
yeah,
sure I did.
Bad.
Not fun. Slight concussion from that.
So were you with Jezebel in that situation as well?
No, literally the crowd were Jezebels. They chose me to
Did they?
Ah.
Did you know you were going to take it?
What?
Right, good. Right, that's all right then.
Yeah, I knew I was
I
gonna.
was like, it wasn't just called on the fly. They didn't just
But
call
the whole
it.
thing was they thought that literally everyone was going to choose the other interviewer, not me. Like Veronica.
Have they never been to an ICW show before?
No, but they thought it was going to be because I'm the nice one. And I was really new at the time. I'd only been there for about 6 months. And then they were just like, yeah, Jen! And I was like, you know what I mean? I'm sitting there and I was like, this is not how I planned this. And I was
No.
I was heartbroken afterwards, to be honest. I thought no one liked me. It's okay now. I'm still there. Anyway, December the 9th, 2001. And this was the unification of, in fact, the first ever Undisputed champion would be Chris Jericho. And there was the unification of the WWF title and the big gold title. And this was at Vengeance, sorry. Which is huge for Chris Jericho.
He beat Austin and The Rock in one
Yeah.
night. Who else can say that?
No, I know, right?
Yeah.
I think that was pretty cool. And it was like a tournament, yeah? So it was like Austin, who was it?
It was
in
Austin
it?
versus Angle,
Angle,
in
that was
one,
it.
and Jericho versus The Rock for the WCW, for the big gold.
But this was the thing, because like The Rock had been doing all these promos on Jericho before, like basically saying he was like a comedy act.
They had electric chemistry, Jen.
Yeah.
Yeah. You seen the one where The Rock's about to do his sign off and then Jericho just puts his hand in his face? I was like, oh, he's
Honestly,
sticking up for himself.
so good.
Oh, it was good.
So good. But like, yeah, no, basically Rock had been saying that he was just like a joke and a comedy act. And yeah.
Jericho was like, I'm not a joke, damn it. I was like, go on, Chris.
And he went on and he would do it and unify the titles.
He was a heel. He got a lot of help. Like, he didn't win
Yeah,
clean.
no, he didn't win clean. But still, doesn't...
Although Jericho, since I've listened to him talk about this, and he said that when he had the 2 belts and stuff, he said it was like a really miserable time in his career.
Really?
Like, he was always
Wait, of course it was. He played second fiddle to your favourite, didn't he? With that stupid dog.
Lucy, was it?
The world champion
Looking after
walking
him.
a dog around. Defend that one. I bet you will.
I think it was hilarious. But then that added the whole thing about how much he hated Steve and that whole storyline. Like, that was beautiful. That whole... Like, the Jericho Steph stuff was
Yeah, that was before.
insanely good.
But then they started having this weird. She managed it.
Yeah, it's all right when you're like mid-card comedy shtick like Jericho was back then, but then when
I
you're
was gonna
world
say,
champion
and the first ever...
and the first ever
Undisputed
champion.
I didn't write it, right? They were 2 of my
I think
favourite...
you did. Well, you defended.
No, but they were 2 of my faves, and I just liked seeing them on screen.
This was his only ever. Surprised at this when I learned it. This was his only WWE Championship
championship.
reign. He held the big gold again when it wasn't the WCW one anymore. He held
Yeah.
that a few times.
Yeah.
But this was his
But
only
this-
WWE Championship run.
Yeah, no, because that was the whole thing as well, was like, because The Rock had been taunting him, like, about how he'd never won a meaningful title. So obviously he'd had all, like,
Damn.
intercontinental runs and stuff like that, and...
He had a little one when he beat Triple H.
Stricken from the record
Oh,
because of Earl.
who by?
Who
Stephanie.
But yeah, so, big day in the Jericho house.
Big day in mine as well. Passed me driving test on December 9th, isn't it?
How do you remember that?
2001.
God, just a big day, innit? Passed my
fair
driving
enough.
test.
Not in
That's it.
2001, surely. Yeah.
you drive?
2009, I passed mine.
I can't drive.
Sorry, start again. Everyone's always surprised.
I didn't think you would drive.
Right.
I don't know.
I've never owned a car, but I passed when I was a teenager just for, when I
do that?
eventually do, and then,
I sat my test like 4 times.
Oh, I was 3. It took me 3.
I gave up.
All right.
No
Yeah.
minors. No minors.
No minors. Whoa.
I'm joking. I failed about like 4 minutes into my
I
test.
failed my theory. I failed my theory once though.
I was flying colours. I
Even
was
though
the
it's a
highest
multiple
mark.
choice quiz, I still failed it.
I had the highest mark in my theory.
Did you have to do the?
I'm smart, but I'm not practical.
Did you have to do it when you like
Hazard
not just the
perception.
quiz, the perception test
Hazard
where things
perception.
flash up and you've got to like click for the hazards and that?
No.
I think they just
I think
brought it in when I
mine
did
was
it.
yeah. I think I was one of the last ones to do the old version.
I did the old version. I did both
Like mine didn't have anyone sitting in the back. I think the year after mine they started having people sitting in the back.
of your car.
Yeah.
I didn't have anyone in the back.
No, I never had anyone in the back for
I think
any
they
of my
said it changed
tests.
mine. Yeah, my
you
brother
You
had
were
someone
allowed.
sat in the back.
You were allowed to have somebody sitting in
Yeah,
the back.
you could
But
do.
now you've also got to like open up
find
the.
your way.
No, you've got to open up the car and like show how you change oil and what to do.
Do you have to, do you do the have you done the independent drive bit where they don't tell you like take the next left or whatever, they go like follow the signs for South Shields or whatever.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
you do that
no.
for like 15 minutes.
It'd be piss that.
It was easy. It was actually better than yeah. It was actually better than when they go
I'm
turn
gonna.
left.
I've decided like I'm gonna do it before I'm 35. I'm gonna pass my test.
Well done. That's good.
I was before I was
That'll,
30, and then that happened
that'll,
like over a year ago, and I was like,
That'll help your standing in the business of wrestling as well, because whenever someone like RJ Singh does one of his like, here are my tips for people trying to break into the business, one of them's always pass your driving
Driving
test, get a
test.
car, then you can drive the
you can
boys
drive
around.
everywhere. Exactly.
And when someone falls asleep, you can make them run a mile or whatever the wrestlers do. I don't know what it is. Some sort of bollocks like that.
Stupid, isn't it?
That's my goal at my New Year's
Remember we were
resolution.
coming back from a night with Paul Heyman, hosted by Kenny McIntosh, and I wasn't out to go to sleep. I was in the front seat with Dragon Izu.
Yeah, you've got to stay away.
I got to stay awake. We were deep into the night.
What were you driving?
No, he was, and I was in the passenger seat.
But
Oh,
because he was,
because you were shotgun.
Because I'm
you
a
had to.
wrestler. Traveling home from a talk show.
No, but that's just for shotgun. Like you have to stay awake. Because that's what I had to do. Like whenever I sit shotgun when we were on tour, I have to stay awake. But it's quite lucky for me.
I like that rule. I'm
Yeah,
good
so
at that.
I'm okay.
I'm
So I
just-
can talk nonsense.
I'm annoying. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. So sadly we do have deaths, and we've got quite a few deaths this week, which is a shame. So we'll start on the 4th of December, and in 2009, it's Umaga, who was 36.
Yeah, he's really young. Yeah.
Yeah, and he died of a heart attack. What can you say?
For a time, he was class
yeah.
when he was feuding with Cena and stuff.
Was it Adam who actually genuinely thought he was tattooed?
Yeah,
Like,
it was. Yeah.
Like Adam legit thought, bless him.
Or did he also think that thingy with his little kanji symbols?
I say, Lord Tensai, I used to think back
Oh,
in the day,
Yeah.
I don't think I've said it on camera, but I'm going to say it now. I used to think he was legitimately tattooed, because how could you get that the same way every single time? Just have a stencil you put on and just
Just must be.
one thing of paint.
Oh yeah, it probably was that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Who knows? Anyway, sadly we lost Umaga. Also on the 4th, but in 1995, age 60, we lost Little Beaver, who was one of the wrestlers in the 6-man match at WrestleMania 3, and he wrestled with the Haiti Kid and Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah.
So sadly we lost him.
I just thought it was worth mentioning him because he was on such a historic card.
No, totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And do you know what? He was like wrestling other times as well. Like it wasn't just that was just his obviously.
Oh, yeah.
His career. On December 6th, 2014, sadly at age 52 we would lose Jimmy Del Rey, who was part of the Heavenly Bodies. And then on December the 9th in 2017, aged 59, we lost Tom Zenk, who was also at WrestleMania 3, part of like All Japan and the AWA.
I feel bad because when I've done these notes, you obviously do more research. And I feel like I should do that.
Why?
You've just added in an extra little bit there that I didn't put in, and I'm like, I should have probably caught that beforehand.
Well, it's just more for like if people don't know the name, because I don't
Bit
know
of
the
flavour for the fair
name.
enough.
Salty.
Tom Zeng, he's good.
So there you go. There's birthdays though!
Hey, bloody hell.
Oh.
And we're starting over the belter because it's my pal!
It's your mate, it's wee
My
Wolfie.
octopus,
We're gonna have
We're
a
gonna have a
party.
when
We're gonna
Wolfie
have a-
wins.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a party when Wolfie wins.
I didn't win though, did he? Tyler Bate won. So. Up yours, Scotland. What are you doing? Carry on.
He's had a beer.
I was going to say,
Wolfie
you're
wins.
getting a wee bit salty,
Wolfie
Jack.
didn't win. I've never met Wolfie.
Have you not?
I met Molly Spartan. She's hilarious.
Yes,
Yeah, she's really funny.
it's better half and one of my very, 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 very good friends.
Yeah, but she nearly got me in trouble because we were having a very serious induction ceremony at the Wrestling Media Con in Manchester. And there was all serious like somber moments and stuff, and everyone was not somber, but everyone was like really respectful moments.
Where was I?
And I was like drunk. She wasn't drinking. I don't think she drinks.
She doesn't drink.
So, but she could tell that I was a bit drunk. She was just during like silent moments and stuff. Everyone's listening to Melter. She was just trying to wind me up, make me laugh, and I was like,
she's a total wind up. So is Wolfie.
Is he as well?
Yeah. Oh, the pair of them, they're brilliant, and they've just got a new wee doggy, and she's gorgeous, called Henry. I just love him. Anyway, Wolfie, happy.
Is she called Henry?
I was thinking that as well.
Henrietta.
Oh.
So happy.
Is that not like Hetty then?
I don't know. It's
Like
not
the
that,
Hoover?
baby.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Anyway, happy birthday, Wolfgang. You are 32 today. On the 4th, happy 38th birthday to Victor.
The better half of the the better half of the Ascension. Yeah. No offense to Connor.
Here we go.
It was you pointing this out to me, I think.
I'm like,
I legitimately think that Connor is. It's harsh for me to sit here looking like I do to criticise someone for their wrestling ability, but I generally think that Connor is the worst wrestler in WWE.
wow.
Yeah.
That's a statement.
Ross has like beef with Connor.
Why?
Just watch him. I think he's crap.
To be honest, I'm not a huge Ascension.
You know, I'm not really one for picking up on that's sloppy mechanics.
No, you're not as well. You're not that
Yeah,
guy.
I don't really care about that sort of stuff. I can appreciate the good stuff, but like I just watch Connor and think, you're a basic bitch, you are.
You're a pumpkin spice latte.
So happy birthday,
Anyway,
Victor.
happy birthday, Victor. On the 4th, also happy 34th birthday to Brooke Adams, or Brooke Tessmocker, who's just had a baby.
Oh, she?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
I know. And
for
she's amazing, gorgeous. On the 5th, sorry. Happy 67th birthday to Larry Zbyszko. Who...
Sorry. I was putting together an article of signature dishes by WWE superstars.
Shut up, is there one?
Almost one for Zbyszko that I've just thought of there.
What?
Zbyszko. Gravy.
Oh,
Larry
Zbyszko.
Zbyszko.
I like that!
So is this just an article of like puns?
It's getting published on today, the 26th of November.
Which is
The top, I'm going to just tell you, the top entry in the list is the Dolph Pigler. Pigs and Blankets, the Dolph Pigler.
I am.
So you know the cookbook I showed you before?
Yeah.
I've come up with 10 more of my own.
I love that. I can't
And
wait to go
it's online now as you're watching this
Why
video.
did you ask me? I'd love to help
Because
with
I
that.
am very much capable on my own of coming up with puns. I'm fantastic at pun work.
And
I'm good at puns.
and I.
No, I'm good at food.
Could you come up with the Undertaker Tots?
Oh.
There's another one. Top shelf, my friend.
The
What about Brie Bella? There's another one.
Brie Bella.
Just
One of the saddest things that happened at What Culture for me was having this article idea, or this list idea rejected. I pitched the idea of food wrestler puns as well, but just because of I just thought of Kevin Mash was just hilarious to me. But it got rejected.
That sounds nice.
But everyone else was coming up with good ones as well, and it just got turned down, like Eggy Guerrero and all this sort of stuff.
Oh, that'd be like a wee French toast, but Mexican.
Yeah, but Kevin Mash was just. I found that so
Kevin
funny.
Mash, I think that's so funny because
Kevin
that would be the
Mash.
good stuff with like wee spring onions and
No,
stuff
it'd
in
just
it.
be just mash.
No, it would, in fact, it'd be sweet potato mash because it's a bit
Because you
sexy.
fancy him, right?
I know.
Everyone fancies Kevin Nash. It's just
Yeah,
the
he's
rules.
so sexy.
Is he?
Yeah, big sexy.
Well, yeah, he is big.
Do you know it was like a year ago to the day yesterday?
I saw
like,
you
in real
share it
life,
on
on Facebook.
Didn't you tell? Have I made this up? But didn't you say there's something like? And then afterwards, I just got in the bin or something.
No, that was Foley. I got in the bin. Like I actually
got
jumped
in the bin.
I jumped in the
I
bin.
don't understand. I didn't understand what you meant then, but I didn't know you as well. So I was just like, oh, all right, cool. But now I'm gonna ask, what did you mean?
Well, when I interviewed Foley, so Foley was like my first like proper. I'm really starstruck.
Right.
And like the girls, I like the other interviewers and stuff. They were like, "Oh, you can, if you want, you can interview Foley." And I was like, but we ended up doing it. Like Veronica and I did it together anyway because I was too scared. But I had to go and get him, and then we were sitting chatting away, and then they said to him that I was a huge fan, and I was like pure marking out, and I was really embarrassed. And then he was like, da-da-da, and he was chatting away, and then I'd said that I'd obviously been to like his book tours and stuff like that, and I was talking to him, and he was like, "Oh, I'm doing a show tomorrow." He was like, "I'd love it if you came along as my guest," and I was like,
And then you got in a bin.
And you got in
"Yeah."
the bin.
And then he was like, "Okay, thanks," and he went away, and I just was like, and I jumped in the bin for comedy effect. Because I was like, get in the bin, my life's amazing. And I just jumped in the bin.
Yeah, I still don't
That's
understand.
that old saying.
I still don't
Get in the bin, my life's amazing.
It was at the time, it was, if you were there, you would have got it.
Okay.
Anyway, in the bin. On the 5th, happy birthday! Happy 60th birthday to the Dynamite Kid!
Controversial one, always.
Yes,
But like,
but
for all his
still allowed
bad
a
points,
birthday.
yes, and for all his bad points, he could wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
He could wrestle a bit. Tiger Mask, the Rougeos, all the classic. I can only think of two. But,
I was going to say, I was like a tiger mask and that was me.
Yeah, but you know,
But still, do you know what? 60 today. So happy, on the 5th anyway. On the 6th, happy would have been 84th birthday to Nick Bockwinkel.
an AWA legend, of course. But I was reading something the other day. I was researching a bit of Jericho for a list, and when Jericho did his whole honest man persona, which was apparently based off a No Country for Old Men character, but I've never watched No Country for Old Men. But you know Javier Bardem.
Oh, yeah. He's an attractive man.
No, he's not. Anyway, you've got a strange taste in boys, you. So you don't go for like, Zac Efron or whatever. You're like, Steve Buscemi, he's the one.
He is the one.
So,
Someone said I look like him the other day on Twitter, didn't they?
No, you looked like the trousers on that kind of...
What? Wait. I've missed something amazing.
Oh bless, somebody on Twitter had sent me a pair of leggings that had Steve Buscemi's face and a large print all over them, and I was like, oh my goodness, they're amazing. So I retweeted it and I was like, I love these leggings. And then somebody was like, I genuinely thought that was Ross at a glance on the leggings, and then I did a quick glance and I was like,
No, I was like, my eyes aren't that pretty.
Ross once found himself on a bottle of drink. Do you remember that?
Oh, wow. There's a gin company out there somewhere, I forget the name. Got my face in the bloody bottle, haven't they?
no way.
I'll have to find the tweet. It was a couple of years ago now, but...
I'll never forget that. It was amazing.
What? Is it actually
the
just
person looks like me. Like,
It was like a cartoony image. Not cartoon, but like a...
yeah, like an artist.
A mosaic kind of
Yeah.
thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's weird. Have you ever had that before? Like a kind of doppelganger? There's a picture of Beyonce getting waited on at a restaurant and see her servant.
Don't say...
Right, I was going...
No. Like,
And I look like
exactly,
Beyonce.
and I'm Jay-Z. No, literally the person that's serving her is like, I would have thought it was me.
Oh, right.
Like she's so spitting image.
Right. No, I've not had that
Anyway.
before.
You never had
But
it?
apparently everyone's got a doppelganger out there.
Well, mine's a servant to Beyonce.
Sorry.
Mine is Beyonce.
Anyway, moving on. Happy birthday would have been 60 on the 7th to Rick Rude.
Oh, sorry. The Jericho thing was that his
Oh,
heel
sorry,
his heel
I forgot.
gimmick drew comparisons to Nick Bockwinkel. Right. Anyway, that's
Sorry.
all.
Rick Rude would have been 60 on the 7th, so happy birthday to you. Also on the 7th, happy 46th birthday to Sonny.
You know you want me!
What Sonny wants,
Oh.
Sonny gets.
Did you know I was the most
I was
searched
trying to-
woman in 1996 in AOL? That's what Sonny would
All
say.
right.
Well, there you go, please. Happy birthday, Sonny. On the 7th, also happy 33rd birthday to Dean Ambrose.
I've had a beer. Right. Because you've obviously think Steve Buscemi and that's a child. Right. Does Ambrose look better or worse now that he's cut his hair? He looks like more of a...
Better.
He looks like
10
more,
times
He looks like
better.
more of a man.
He looks a bit cleaner.
He looks more like...
Oh, he looks
Um,
rugged as piss.
No, but that helps as well because he's obviously been working out. When
Oh, he got
was
massive
off and
shoulders now,
He's
yeah.
got really big, but
Have a roll around the hair with Dean.
no, I've never really been.
Well, everyone's
I
got...
prefer a bit more dishevelled.
Everyone's got a favourite member of the Shield. And you can sort of tell a person from which member... Like which Pokemon they choose, which member of the
Oh,
Shield.
right,
is that they want
okay.
as well.
Right, who's your
Yeah.
shield?
Attractiveness or just who I like
Just
the
who's
most?
your guy?
Oh, Rollins.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
Roman Reigns.
Oh, lovely.
I do like
I like all of them, but
So do I.
Rollins and
If
Squirtle.
I had to choose, I'd choose Rollins.
You choose, would you?
It's like that Simpsons episode.
I know, I was like that. Why have I done that? Anyway, happy 33rd, Dean. On the 8th, happy 50th birthday.
I find
to
this staggering.
Big
Michael Cole.
What?
Staggering, he's only 50.
What do you mean?
I thought he was a lot older than 50.
I think he looks quite good for his age.
He looks very good. I thought he was very old.
See, the more I think about it, like maybe not a lot older, but
I would have said at least 56.
Really?
Oh no,
57.
come on. I'd have said about 52.
Think how young he was when he was starting to commentate back in like the Attitude
Little
Era and
rat
stuff.
boy.
Back in his boy band days, frosted tips.
Yeah.
Also on the 8th, happy birthday to Enzo Amore.
Arsehole.
Moving on. On the 9th, happy birthday. Happy 50th birthday. Sorry, I should have got more excited about
It was
Michael
Michael's
Cole's
as well,
50th,
yeah.
but this is more exciting to me. Happy 50th birthday to Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
My favourite in 2001, in hindsight. Not at the time.
Okay, that's fair enough. Who was your favourite at the time?
Jericho.
Oh, right, that's fair enough as well. No, Angle's class. Love him.
Yep.
Minimal interaction with him I've had. I once asked how his flight was, and he said it was all right. I was like, yeah,
It was all right.
That's cool.
He was so nice. Like, he just pure. Like, I always remember, like, when he was at ICW, he just kind of seemed a bit perplexed. As to be fair,
waltzed into his dressing room when he was wrestling for WCPW. After his match, took a picture. Had a story that I can't tell here, so I won't tell it.
Excellent.
So there you go. Do with that what you will.
I met him at the same time as I met Bret Hart, and Angle was much happier than Bret Hart was to see me.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, bless. No, I've got a lot of time for Kurt Angle.
Me too. Know him well. Went to school with him. Great man. Lovely,
and on that
lovely football
bombshell, in your
Great left
50th year. On that bombshell, that has been This Week in Wrestling. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me.
Thank
we will
you.
see you next
Thanks,
week.
Jen.
Bye. So that has been This Week in Wrestling. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so here. If you like what we do here at Cultaholic, then please join our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and join us.